And we're live.
Sweet.
Right. Hello everyone, and welcome to another Clan War, cast by myself, 3D-Gaming's Lethe, and my partner today will be 3D-Gaming's Chaztats.
Hello.
He's our team captain. And
I am indeed.
yeah, we're going to be casting a Clan War between Team Rage, a German team, and our team, 3D-Gaming. We are just waiting for the players to get their act together and get into some games. So hopefully we'll be with you very shortly.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's Chaz's first ever cast. So so hopefully, you know, be nice. Think Terry the intern.
Oh no, not Terry the intern.
I really liked Terry the intern.
I think I watched about 10 seconds of what he had to say. I was like,
I really enjoyed Terry the intern. I thought that he added a kind of whimsical element to the whole thing. And like one of the things I've found that WCS America's kind of missing is kind of a fun aspect. It's not.
yeah, they're missing some of the NASL stuff, like the.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was called. Was it like Funky Fitness or something? I can't remember what they did.
Yeah. Wasn't that just an excuse to get like Laurel and Elise dancing though?
Really?
Well, that's the only thing I remember from
now.
it. That's the only thing I remember from it. I tuned into it like once. I didn't used to watch much NASL.
I expected top level broadcasting, but that'll do.
Nearly as good.
Yeah, nearly.
Yep.
Got my Pepsi hydration going on. Right, just waiting for the invite.
Yes,
I'll just close the stream because I'm an idiot. Anyway. Did you make a Reddit post?
I didn't actually.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Or karma.
Okay, there's that, and there's Twitter as well,
Okay, yeah.
which I also did not do.
Submit a new link.
But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Title: My 3D versus Rage.
I think they're Team Rage, but I'm not sure. They might not be Team Rage. They might be Rage Gaming or something.
Couple of exclamation marks just to make the point. And what do you mean this link's already been submitted? Oh, I hate it when it does this. So, how's your day been, Ben?
It's been very pleasant, thank you. I've been playing Civ. I got Civ for my birthday, which was yesterday, and
Oh, well, happy birthday for yesterday, Ben.
thank you. Turning 20. But yeah, I got Civ off a friend of mine, and he recommended it, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I spawned as the Songhai. We're going to be casting a Clan War is between an African people, Team Red. I'd managed to turn the sound back on, so that's going to come through briefly. But never mind. I spawned as the Songhai, a tribe of. I've never heard of them before this, but there seems to be an African tribe from the kind of mid last millennium, and I spawned as them, and I made a bunch of units and took over Persia because I can. Went into Persia. Well, no, I wasn't gonna take over Persia, but then they took my favourite city. I had lovely ivory mines and everything. I say mines. I had lovely ivory there, and they turned up and they were just like, "Oi, we want your ivory." So I made a massive army and stormed the entirety of their city, and then just killed everyone else in one.
The problem I always found with Civ is it gets to the point where you have like 100 ICBMs, and then you're just launching them.
I didn't get that far. I won before my first bomber was finished.
Well, according to those people I speak to, like planes are really overpowered. You can
Yeah, I was
destroy a
building my
city
first
in,
plane
like, a
when I
go.
won.
So we
Artillery
are
is so
in the
good as
lobby.
well, because like They have artillery. You have artillery, and it can shoot for 3 squares, and their city defense can only shoot for 2 squares. So you just sit all your artillery outside their city and rain fire on them until they give up.
Nice.
Right. So we're now in the lobby.
We are indeed. This is EVT between Jumper the Zerg for my 3D and Dr. Murphy the Terran for Team Rage. I love ZVT. I hate. That's the reason I hate Big Protoss. It means I can't play ZVT.
Really?
But
is that actually true?
Yeah. Well, no, I wish I could play Terran to a decent level, but it's just too stressful. It's just too stressful.
Just gonna have a quick look at some of these players' profiles. Actually, no. You know what? I'm not gonna. No, wait. We are on delay. It's fine. I was gonna have a look at their profiles just so we could see like their kind of styles or whatever. But actually, that seems like it's gonna cause more problems than it solves. So I think we'll just keep it nice and simple.
We're on Neo Planet S. Very open map. Two main ways into the natural. So be interested to see how they defend that. Expecting a lot of drops and split pushes from Murphy. Normal Neo Planet
Both players
style.
are ready.
Alright, in we go. Countdown has begun. 5 seconds.
I'm excited. I haven't seen Jumper play yet. I've seen a lot of our players play at least once or twice now, especially Naniki, who I've seen play 3 or 4 games, and of course Cube. But
Cube.
Yeah, well,
the all-kill legend that is my 3D's Cube.
Okay.
Alright.
When I work out how to make it go into the game. There we go. So now we're going. Ooh. Oh dear.
Oh.
Don't crash. There's a good StarCraft. Excellent. StarCraft not crashing, but looking very strongly like him right. Excellent,
Alright.
excellent.
So we are in the game. If you want to go ahead and introduce the players, Ben, as
I
you
will.
are observing.
Very well. In the bottom left, I know which direction is which. In the bottom left, spawning as the Red Zerg from Team Rage, or whatever they're called, we have. No, it's just wrong. That's not even who it is.
You are completely wrong.
I'm completely wrong. I'm completely wrong. Spawning as the Red Zerg, we have 3D-Gaming's Jumper.
Woo.
And in the top right, a player who I'll be very interested to see the strategies of. We have Team Rage's Dr. Murphy.
Okay, so there's no early shenanigans coming out at the moment, which is nice. Nice. Hopefully get a nice macro game to start us off with. But you never know. It's never too late. You should never say never.
Well, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see some macro play. But I mean I don't know. Like I'm hoping personally to see some kind of very aggressive play out of the Terran, because one of the things I've noticed in some of the pro games is that when a Terran opens with some really heavy aggression, he can actually do some really quite serious damage. Not like Hellions, I'm talking things like Widow drops. Opening that against a Zerg who isn't expecting it can absolutely devastate them. I might make some observing mistakes because I'm trying to. As I said, I've been playing Civ, and now I'm trying to control with inverted controls.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, if you miss anything, I'm sure I'll catch
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can do this.
You see Murphy throwing down a gas just after barracks, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be Reapers into Hellions, putting 3 straight on the gas as well, and then early. It's actually a hatch first from Jumper.
Yeah.
So
well,
he's going to have to defend well if it is a Reaper. Obviously, his Lings and Queen are going to be a little bit later than usual.
we're actually not seeing a Reaper yet, though. He didn't have the gas. He didn't have the gas yet. There we go. There's the gas. So there we go. It is going to be a Reaper opening, and that pool is not going to be done in time, so it could get interesting over in Jumper's base.
Good. Luckily for Jumper though, Murphy's not sending an SCV, which means there's not going to be any kind of bunker shenanigans going on. This Reaper's going to be primarily for a scout, and maybe pick off 1 or 2 workers just before those initial Lings and that Queen do get out.
Yeah,
But
well,
shouldn't do too much damage.
any damage you can do in the early game is, it matters so much more at that point.
Actually, there is a second Reaper coming out, so he is investing in this quite heavily.
He's
and his
committing to
CC
the
is
aggression.
now coming down on the high ground. I'm expecting a reactor to come down after this Reaper. And then obviously to transition into that standard kind of 6 Hellions to deny the early creep. But we'll see.
Yeah, I've seen some very cool kind of aggressive pushes with just like 2 or 4 or 6 Hellions and 2 Reapers that haven't been killed. And I mean the Lings have come out, so this Reaper, did it get a kill? Let's see, when I managed to click on it.
It's
It did
killed
get
a
a
Ling.
kill.
There's been some nice micro by both players there, pulling back that Reaper.
Yeah.
I always something I've kind of noticed that a lot of players I really feel should do more is not engage the Reaper obviously off that creep. The speed boost that obviously the Zerglings get is really important to trying to get a surround on that Reaper and ultimately shut it down. Murphy floating quite a few minerals there. I am assuming that's for a 3rd CC. No, he's going 3 Raxes.
That's actually
So
cool.
we are gonna see some bio play out of him.
Well, I like a bit of bio play. I like the splitting.
You've got to have a bit of bio play.
I don't even begrudge it when, as a Protoss player, it can be quite scary to deal with that big bio ball, but
Oh yeah.
I do love me some bio. It's just such a cool type. It's all down to the control. They're such strong units, but
There isn't much more satisfying to watch than a decent player splitting his bio up.
absolutely.
We do see the Hellions now coming out. Reaper's still in the main base of Jumper. I just remembered that people can't see what I'm looking at. They can see what you're looking at. So.
Well, no, to be honest, as you say things, I look at them, so...
Okay.
I just thought that this Reaper pressure, like, he did good Reaper pressure, but if we look, there's 1 kill, which is that Ling, and none on the other one. It was just really well held with the Queens and the Lings just to fend off for a minute. He didn't manage to do anything except he did get really good scouting out of it, but he didn't get anything other than that. Taking out a Tumor.
Yeah, no, I do completely agree. He's obviously forced a few Lings, however, it's 40 workers to 28 in favour of Jumper, and he did actually just pick off one of those Reapers. So
yeah, can't really do anything
with these 4 acts producing a lot of Marines here. I'm assuming he's going to apply a lot of pressure straight after this.
Is the drone going to make it? The drone does not make it. The Reaper denies the base and kills the drone. Tasty.
Speed is halfway done, and there are 5 roaches now on the way, and Lethe has just started as well. Just checking Jumper's vision. He's not seen the factory, but you can assume he's expecting it. He has gone over.
He'll know it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, if you just move that in like another inch forward, he is literally pixels off from seeing the Hellions. And
I think he might even be able to see them anyway. I don't know. I'm not looking in the visions.
No, I'm checking the vision.
Cool.
He can't see. Now he sees the Hellions. But Murphy has split them up, and the Marines are going just outside of the Overlord's range. He did see a couple of the back ones, so I don't know if he's expecting the push.
I think
let's see.
He isn't building units, but he has roaches. He has 5 roaches, and roaches are they're such good units for cleaning up roaches and Marines. Cleaning up roaches and Marines, Hellions and Marines. My brain is not with it today.
Murphy's actually pulling back and kind of regrouping. Speed is done now, and there is a Baneling nest on the way.
He's not going to have Banelings out in time, is he?
I mean, the Baneling nest does build quickly, so it'll be interesting. Those Lings could... I don't think they're going to cause him to pull back from the push, though. They, are a little bit annoying, causing him to use some actions there. Okay, so the Hellions engaging the roaches now. And he does pull back away from that.
Well, with only 5 roaches, now I don't think he can take this reasonably. Just scouting around for a 3rd.
No, combat shield is done as well. Stim not even close to finishing, but it still could be quite a bit of a hassle.
Bit of miscontrol out of Jumper there. Hellions get to line him up.
11 more roaches on the way. I don't know. There are 12 Marines, so he should be able to hold this, obviously with his Queens as well.
Yeah.
14 Lings.
It depends how the roaches turn up. They're kind of trickling in. I think he's going to clean up quite easily, but he's...
Yeah, I think he's going to clean up. Units lost is still pretty equal at this point. Jumper is a little supply block though, so he's not going to be able to build any more units just for a little while. There are 4 Banelings on the way though, just in case there's any follow-up pressure.
But there isn't. We can see that. I mean, not yet, anyway. He's got 2 bunkers at the front ready for the counter swing that he thinks might be coming.
Yeah, obviously there's a bit of a trend at the moment in ZVT of Zergs going for a pretty big Roach Bane aggression, because Terrans are kind of refusing to build tanks. So the 3 reactors are now finishing up. The 3rd CC is on the way. And it's 51 to 53 workers. Murphy did pick off 4 workers in that, so
yeah,
it kind of equalised it a little bit. It got double
yeah. I mean, he did
well.
okay. This pressure's going to do nothing here. He's just going to get chased off by these lings and this roach.
Yeah, he get chased off just I think he wants to try and get in a little bit and just check saturation on the third to make sure that Roach Bane aggression isn't coming in. He is producing a Marauders from one of the racks, obviously just to make sure as well. Checking the worker count again, it's 62 to 56 in favour of Jumper, who is supply blocked again, not overly heavily, but he is, I would definitely say, mismacroing a bit.
Yeah, he hasn't even got any overlords in production yet, actually, so he can't build any units for a minute or two.
That's true. A 2-2 now on the way. Yeah, the Hellions, they're not going to do anything there, but obviously just still checking the army comp.
That is an upgrade lead. Like, the 1-1 hasn't even finished for the Terran player. Dr. Murphy.
Obviously, the melee attack doesn't apply to the roaches, but
no.
Infestation pit is finished. Are we going to see a really quick hive? No, we're actually in pathogen clans, so we're just going to go infestors here. I'd like to see him take a 4th base, just to increase his lead. He's got quite a lot of control. I think he is gearing up to do that now. Yeah, you can see he took that gas to save that drone. I think. Yeah, there we go. There's 4th bases now coming.
We've got a drop coming out. Drop coming out from Dr. Murphy. Probably hoping what's in that. Well, we don't have any power
7
units.
screens. We've got no spores or spines really down in any of the mineral lines. I'd like to see a bit more drop play because he's not really applied much pressure since the start.
No.
You can see that Murphy did really expect that Roach Bane pressure to come in. He's got those 4 bunkers down, and he still hasn't put his 3rd down.
Yeah, he hasn't managed to save basically anything out of this, and this medevac's just going to end up consigned to the that tight little corner where it can't get away from anywhere.
Yeah,
quite
that's
unfortunate,
true.
really.
Yeah, and you can see now the spores are coming down. He's not putting any in the main though. So obviously, the main on this map isn't massive, and he is going to go over the 4th to get it, so it should be spotted in time. But I would like to see a couple of spores there. Obviously, Widowmine drops can be a little pesky later on, and the hive is actually now on the way as well.
He's boosted out. So, look, he got out.
Wow, that's with 14 HP.
Brave hero medevac.
Hero medevac indeed.
Saving its cargo of 1 marine.
He's actually got Burrow on the way. Do you think he's going to go in there with Burrowed Infestors and drop some Infested Terrans?
I just don't. And the reason, I wish that was the case, because I remember when I first started playing, and it was the subterranean assault, as Destiny almost called it. But these days, Infested Terrans, they're just such a watered-down version of what they used to be. And that is good, but it's also bad.
A nice fungal there, stopped a couple of the Widowmines burrowing. I think we might even just see him outright crush this completely.
Yeah,
a couple more good fungals. The banelings are all gone, there's only a couple left.
Good splits, but not good enough.
Yeah, there are too many roaches here for this bio ball to pick off. And he's actually salvaged all the bunkers in his natural, so he's got nothing really to fall back to.
Yeah, I'm seeing a counter-attack out of Dr. Murphy, attempting to go and snipe the 3rd, but I don't think it matters at this point. He doesn't have a 3rd base. We're seeing a 4th being guarded by a Viking from Dr. Murphy for no.
It's now about to be saturated up. He's got 10 workers on the way to that. Another gas coming down. He's going to be on 8 gas economy soon, which is, he's got his 3-3 on the way. It's a big upgrade lead. I'm surprised he's not going in completely though. I mean, if you look at what Murphy's got in his natural, it wouldn't have held anything.
No. I would have committed. Like, there was a tiny little drop. If he just kept some reinforcements at home, he could have cleaned up and gone for the kill. Although there is that tank on the high ground, but I don't think one tank's going to really cut the mustard.
No, he's got... he has overseers with it, obviously, to spot for the mine, so that could have been targeted down by 5 roaches, really easily. Yeah. He's got no upgrades on the tank as well, so it wouldn't have... we've seen Ultralisk Cavern now coming on the way. I think he's just playing a bit more conservatively to make sure that he, takes the game in a bit of style.
Doc Murphy just getting his 3rd down now.
Up. Yeah, that's oversaturated anyway, and his main is, desperately low. His natural's not too bad. He's still got most of the patches there, but they are running low as well. And we see another huge engagement coming in here. Some decent splits, but the bio is bunching up around the minerals.
Nasty baneling hits.
Baneling from the SCV.
Those are some nasty baneling hits. I do not envy Doc Murphy right now.
He does get into the bunker, but he decides to just evacuate all the mules.
Oh, no fungal. Could have called that medevac and killed it, but no.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think it's gonna make much difference here.
Oh no,
I mean,
it's not. But
all of his roaches are still from the start of the game.
yeah, he's just playing the spoon. He's playing super casual, just keeping his opponent economically suppressed, forcing him to mine out. He's nearly mined out of his natural.
If
Same
Thor's
for his
able
main.
to,
Yeah, exactly. I actually really
definitely
like spoon styles,
now.
personally.
oh yeah.
Look,
Ooh,
what he's doing now is he's
Kill
actually
your
just... Look, he's scouting around. He's trying to find if there are any other bases that he doesn't know about. He's just keeping him down.
There's another burrowed roach actually under where the third's going to land, so he's not going to be able to land that. He doesn't
Ooh, I
have
thought it
any
was gonna
energy
burn
for a
down.
scan either right now, which is really going to put this back even further.
Yeah, he's clinging to it. He's
We'll drink.
hanging
I
on
think
by these
We see
skin of
Jumper
his
gearing
teeth.
up now for a big attack.
Yeah.
Widow Mines do absolutely nothing there. Maybe killing 2 lings each. The tank is going to do some damage. Oh, that's nice, putting the infested Terrans up on the high ground, targeting that tank down.
Yeah. Just clean and simple.
Yep,
Running.
clean and simple DVT. I expect to see the GG anytime, and there we
And
go.
there you have it.
1-0 to my 3D there. So what do you think Murphy did wrong, Ben?
Our Terran player.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he wasn't aggressive enough. I think that his attack in the early game was shut down too quickly, and in the late game he was too conservative with drops. He ended up sitting in the back, just being pinned in his base, doing nothing, and not being able to get a third up, not being able to do anything because he put himself behind or didn't necessarily put himself behind, but in no way put himself ahead early on. Okay. Cool. So yeah, stream's back. I put the max FPS down. It was at 60. I don't know if it can handle that. I think I changed that between this and the last broadcast. Was at 30 before, now at 30. Sorry if you think that makes your eyes bleed, but it's that or lag. So
30 frames is fine, bud.
I agree. But
so
I know
really
some very picky people.
As do I. Oh, I'm actually gonna have a PVZ here, something I have insight on.
Ooh.
So Ben, what do you think it's gonna be? Do you think it'll be a 2-base all in?
No, I see 3 to 5 gate aggression out of the Protoss into a tech choice. Zerg will play relatively defensive against all of that and will then lose by virtue of not making enough Hydralisks.
Or not making enough swarm hosts.
That's also a good answer. If you make swarm hosts, you do often win. Certainly I've experienced that on ladder. So we'll have to see how it goes.
Oh dear. Gotta remember though, Ben, this game is completely balanced. There are no...
I actually agree. Well, I don't say completely, but every race and every unit has its areas and strengths and weaknesses.
Unlimited free units, Ben! I promised I wouldn't, and I
Yes,
won't.
you did.
No, it's
Regardless of my own feelings on the swarm host, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today I'm here to cast on some StarCraft 2, and I have no intention of making balanced judgments until after the stream is off. Because I'm a goddamn professional. Can you see my jacket?
I'm professional from here to my hips.
Yeah, that's fine. You know, we don't talk about the below. No caster has legs. We all know that it's true. Excellent. Game's starting.
Oh, you're right, the game is starting. 5 seconds to go. Stream says offline anyways, according to Cube.
Yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back.
3-minute delay. I didn't actually get to write that time. Okay, so PvZ on Newkirk. I hate to say it, but it is a common map for split map games, and the way Jumper played last game, I can imagine him going for the same kind of strategy. You know, obviously using that spoon style from last game.
Right.
Alright, if you want to go ahead and introduce the players.
And hopefully get it right this time.
Yeah.
Looking at the map, in the bottom right, spawning as the purple Protoss from Team Rage, we have lag issues.
Well, guys.
Well, okay. So it turns out all my predictions were wrong. We're actually going to see a disconnect into a tech transition, presumably flavoured with next game. See how this goes. Go back to this. It's possible actually just I was dropped, I think, but I don't know.
No, you weren't.
It did actually crash. Good. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Okay, so yeah, we'll get there, guys. It was yeah. So we're just gonna go straight back into the game. Nice quick restart. I'm hopefully no one's taken this opportunity to run off and or go to dinner or anything, because we have seen that sort of thing before, but hopefully.
We are aware Battle.net is having some problems right now, especially with that thing on NA where no one can seem to find the game without dying. So, alright,
so right back in. Wonderful.
Yeah, back in.
Okay. So I'll do my intros again, and this time I won't get it wrong. Again, it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Okay,
alright.
So that's cool. They're in the same place again. So, spawning in the bottom right, as the purple Protoss from Team Rage, we have Hades, or Hades, or... I'm gonna call him Hades. I think it is supposed to be Hades. I will try to call him Hades, but no promises, because I'm reading Hades to my mind. And in the bottom left, the red Zerg off the back of a victory against the Terran Dr. Murphy. We have 3D-Gaming's Jumper. And straight away we see a drone scout, which is a bit interesting, really. You don't...
Maybe he's expecting some kind of proxy shenanigans, or he wants to check for... I guess it could nowadays be obviously a lot of Protoss are going for that gateway first. He wants to check quickly whether he's in danger of a cannon rush, I assume, or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so. I've been seeing personally. My own personal rule is if I see a drone scout, I get very suspicious very quickly.
Yeah, no, I must say I agree. I'd start scouting my base completely and then going, oh god, he's going to Nidus me with God knows what else. But
yeah, 12 gate, incidentally. 9 scout, 12 gate. So that's quite interesting in itself. The 12 gate obviously often hints at aggressive play, which will be interesting to see and fits in with the current style of PvZ we're seeing today, where Protoss is often very aggressive. And was that a 14 gas? That was a 14 gas. So that again fits with it. I don't know really.
I mean, he's chronoing his probes more than anything. Normally, you kind of maybe skip that chrono if you're going to be ultra aggressive. But I think Jumper's taking a bit of a risk here. He's actually gone hatch first after scouting that it is gateway first. I mean, if Hades would have chronoed a Zealot out, he might actually be able to get that across the map and cause a little bit of damage before those first lings are out.
Possibly so, but he's not doing. He isn't building the Zealot just yet. And it is.
I know Overlord is going to see everything now anyway. So
let's see.
Yeah, he's skipping the Zealot. I'm kind of. Well, it's 1 gas. So
see, the fact that he's missing the Zealot makes me think he's going to expand. They're going to a quick mothership core, but. Yeah, and that probe is going down to the natural.
Probe is going down there.
So that seems to be exactly what he's doing. Cutting the probe, getting very fast gate and gas for the safest possible expand I think he thinks he can get.
Yeah, the pool is done. Double
There's
Queen on the way. Just completely... Ah, there you go. There's the first 2 lings now coming out as well. And he's going to put that pylon down for the wall. Okay, that is an odd pylon placement there by Hades. That's not where you'd normally put a pylon for a proper wall,
That is interesting, and by that I mean weird.
I think it might just be a nerves thing, just maybe a cheeky misclick. I mean,
I don't see why you'd do that,
I'll be interested to see what he does. Maybe like 3 gates to the right of the pylon, and then a forge to the left, and then I don't know. I can't tell you, Ben. I can't tell you.
I can't tell you either. I think he is. I can't explain it at all. I really have no idea. The only person I know who walls like that is my good friend Tim, who I've been shouting at for an incredibly long time about the disgusting quality of his walls. So there's your shout out, Tim.
Well, let's see if it doesn't come back and bite Hades in the arse a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
See, he did save up the 450 minerals, so I assume it's going to be three gates. This is I assume now there's going to be a pylon above that 3rd gateway, just to make that a 1 hex gap, so there are no lings getting in there.
Well, as you say that, lings are getting in, but they're shut down.
See, that's the problem I find with gateway expands. It's incredibly difficult to hide your tech.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna go for a 4 gate, you're gonna put those 3 gates, at the front of your ramp, and that's just too easy for a Zerg to scout, in my opinion, anyway. We do see the proxy pylon going down.
Yeah, I've shown it a bit on the stream. I didn't talk about it. Like, sometimes I'm clicking on things that, like, obviously I'm not saying because you're talking. Yeah, just looking at the text really quick. We're actually seeing a really fast evo from our Zerg jumper, like really fast.
I guess
that is really quick. He's nearly got +1 finished. Well, he's slightly past halfway, which is what I mean by that, really.
It's kind of opposite to what Protoss normally do, which is get that +1 attack for the zealots as well. It's going to mean he's going to need one ling less per zealot to shut this down. And he's got 24 lings on the way. +1 is 30 blizzard seconds off.
Yeah. I think Jumper really has this contained really solidly. I don't.
So do I. He's going to have to recall here. There's no way he can fight. Actually,
he's taken a really good fight with the zealots. Actually, like the zealots have taken pretty much the ideal shape, and I think he's going to do. He hasn't won.
They are low.
But he's not out of it by any stretch. And that proxy pylon.
Yeah, and the +1 is finished.
Yeah.
I mean, these 24 lings versus it's 9 zealots. Technically,
oh, that is a lovely engagement. Look at that. He's he's absolutely maximising the surface area of zealots to lings. Absolutely doing it. And he's just taking such tidy fights. The zealots are all on so. I'm just clicking on them randomly, and not one of them has below 4 kills. And
I did find one with 2, Ben.
Shut up, Chaz. And that's it. Yeah, just with very like just pressure. Just pressure has ended the game.
There was also no GG there, Ben.
That's also true. There was no GG out of Jumper.
Yeah.
Little bit rude.
Just a bit rude, but
Yeah, well, I guess
it can be frustrating.
Yeah, losing to something like that, I can see why you'd be really annoyed, because that isn't meant to kill a player. That's meant to contain him, to force a few units. But actually, Hades handled it so cleanly and so tidily that he just took really smooth engagements and managed to bring home the win just off his pressure. I mean, I didn't actually notice. I don't know if he was taking up behind. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the build order behind it all. See if he was. No, he was just warping. He was just warping him.
A little curious of maybe is that +1 attack from Jumper. Maybe if he did get, obviously, if he adds the armor on, that's another hit than the zealots need to do, and I think he would have actually held that. Maybe the melee weapons was a wrong choice.
Maybe it was actually. That's actually a really good thought. In the after game chat, Jumper has GG'd now. I think he left a little frustrated, but he's come back and he's said well played. So it's all amiable. Everything is fine. Everything is super fine.
Yeah, it's all fine. To say GG.
Yeah. So the score is now 1-1 to either, and we'll be interested to see who comes out next from 3D-Gaming. See if they can perhaps knock out Hades, who so cleanly took a win off Jumper. I wonder if we have a versus Protoss specialist.
Maybe. Not 100% sure on our roster. Okay.
Could be Cube.
I don't
from the
quite
chat.
understand. I don't quite understand the German.
Uh,
Sondern nächsten bestimmten Wörter mit. I don't know what any of that means. I can make a wild guess, but
it will be a wild guess. I do not speak German very well at all, so I'm much better at French. Much better at French. Because I opted out of German as quickly as possible. I found it very difficult. It was the way so many of their words were similar to English words, and I could never remember if when I said an Germany-sounding English word, if I was making it up and being offensive, or actually saying the right word for their language, and it just got too complicated, and I couldn't deal with it.
I think I mustered up a B at GCSE in German somehow.
I got B in French. B in French for me.
Don't remember a lot.
I don't know how I got B in French, mind. I did foundation writing, which was a cakewalk, to be honest. My favourite part was it was the GCSE exam, and it was the kind of slightly easier option because foundation is easier than higher. But I went into that exam, and one of the first question was name 5 different types of weather. There are pictures to help you. And I went,
oh god,
I think I've got this, guys. I think I've got it. And I got a B. So
you had it, man. You had it.
yeah. I had never got above an E on any piece of French writing before that time. So yeah.
Oh, do you have the invite?
Yes, I do. So it looks like 3D's Special K. Hades is a Terran now. I've just asked him in chat because last time we had an incident where someone spawned as a Terran and didn't mean to, so we had to remake the game. Hopefully I can make that go a little smoother.
I'm playing Neoplanet again. I didn't realise that was allowed in the Clan War, but apparently it is. I guess it's just loser picks.
Okay, so the map's not allowed. Let's just see. I don't know. Yeah, we have to remake it anyway, so we'll see if Hades is planning on being a Terran, or whether that's just another mistake. There seem to be a lot. What were the first 2 maps?
Neoplanet and Newkirk.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't remember the name of Newkirk. I was thinking Precinct.
Casting knowledge for days. So.
Right, so we have to leave now because they've picked the wrong map. So we'll see what we get this time. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go out on a limb.
I'm gonna say that they're gonna pick Vestige. They're gonna pick Belshir Vestige. Now, last time I called Derelict Watcher with my prophetic abilities, and I don't know if if that was just luck, which it probably was, and it was just luck. I'm just gonna go cry now. The only thing I had going for me was my ability to use luck to predict the future with almost 30% accuracy. Right, so it turns out Hades was not trying to be a Terran last game. He's still a Protoss player, which is kind of what I thought, why I drew it to their attention. So we're going to be going to the game in just a minute.
It's a PvP as well. Very volatile matchup nowadays, and I am getting a bit of word, Ben, that we are still kind of lagging it up a bit.
We're still lagging, are we?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just watching it now to see if it's. Apparently it's freezing for about 3 seconds every 10 seconds.
Oh, that's really bad, actually.
But we'll maybe sort it out after this game. We'll see if we can change the bit rates around or something like that.
Yeah, it was fine on basically these exact settings last time. So
I'll check I'm not like downloading anything or anything like that. No, it doesn't look it. Check Steam, because that can always do a cheeky download while I'm not looking. No, it's not me.
We'll set the game going, and I'll just do some quick background tests.
Okay, it's actually alright when I'm watching.
Yeah, it looks okay to me, is the thing. Like, I can't see any problems, but I'm just going to actually watch... Oh, there's the freeze. There was the freeze.
I just asked him in chat.
I can hear you, or us, through you, so let's not have that. That's bad.
I misclicked. I tried to pause it and I'm muted. Okay. We are in
Okay, well, we'll have to
game.
try and fix that after this. I don't know what could be wrong with it. I hope no one in my house is downloading anything big, because they know they shouldn't be. If they're watching the stream, they might have to stop, because that could actually be doing it, and that'd be a shame. Anyway, so we're coming to a PvP on Derelict Watcher. In the bottom left, spawning as the orange Protoss, we have 3D-Gaming Special K.
Woo.
And yeah, woo! Come on, Special K, who I've seen play before and know everything about. And in the top right, as the purple Protoss, off the back of a victory against Jumper, he kind of made it look easy. We have Team Rage's Hades.
Whoop, whoop. Two of my favourite colours, purple and orange. Very nice complementary colours.
Really?
Yeah, I think they complement each other quite well. I do like orange and teal though, but that's you know, that's the standard kind of colour palette in films, isn't it? Orange and blue, everything's orange and blue.
Yeah, orange and blue, yeah, but orange and purple.
Oh, maybe it's just me then. What colour's Halloween?
Orange
Halloween's
and
colour
like
orange.
black.
Oh, it's more orange and black, isn't it? Purple's quite close to black. Should I just... I'll stop.
It's fine. We're filling time. They're not doing anything interesting. Just seeing 14 gas out of Special K, 15 out of Hades,
Hades going...
double 15. There we go.
Double
So that's the
gas.
first major variant.
I mean, with the ridiculous number of builds in PvP now, you've got obviously... Well, you've got Robo, Stargate, Blink, DTs...
That's interesting though. There's, you see that
Goes on.
second gateway, and that pretty much has to mean aggression. And Hades is going to scout it. He's got a probe in the way, or on the way, and there's nothing coming out of the gates, obviously. Not yet,
Yeah,
anyway.
Curious as to what this could be from Special K. Hades does click on both the buildings just to make sure it's not like 3 gates for some reason.
In a previous game that I cast, I saw a very interesting opening just like this, where he'll get 2 zealots out, he'll get 2 stalkers out, and a mothership core, and then he'll do 2 gate aggression, and just go into an expansion after that, I believe. So warp gate starting, and we're seeing 2 zealots.
I actually think this is going to be a 4 gate, Ben.
Yeah,
If you look at
that's how he went into it. That is it.
Yeah,
actually.
the Chrono on his Nexus really does hint at that.
Yeah, you're actually right.
I mean, obviously that is the big tell of a 4 gate. Hades is actually, if you look on the right hand side of Special K's base, you can actually see he's hiding that probe, and Special K doesn't see it.
Oh, I actually thought he might see it with that assimilator, but no, he's hiding the probe. That's actually a really
But
the
he does
zealot's
send
gonna
the
get
zealot
it.
to look for it.
Does the zealot
The
spot it? Oh, there we go. I thought he
The
was gonna
rule
walk
is the
right
probe
past.
hasn't left your base unless you made it leave.
Yes,
That's what I live
absolutely.
by. He actually chronoed both those gateways, so maybe it's not going to be a 4 gate. There is a second chrono, or maybe a third. There's a second chrono on the cyber core.
Maybe
but
he's just
it's
being that little
obviously-
bit more aggressive. So he's getting out there. He's going to put on pressure with the stalkers and the zealots, and then by the time they've been kind of expended, he'll have a pylon up so he can go into aggression. Either that, or maybe he is planning to expand. We're not seeing the extra gates down, and if he wanted that perfect 4 gate timing, actually, there's
was that
going
with
to do
300
something.
minerals? Let's see the probe. Yeah, he is actually going. He's
So
going
there we
to
go.
expand behind this.
I actually called it by total luck. Go me, cast the knowledge. That's what they don't pay me for.
Now let's see. Right, so there is a pylon coming down, so he is going to put some 2 gate warp gate on, and we see a twilight come down from Hades. What do you think it's going to be, Ben? DTs or Blink?
Absolutely DTs. Absolutely think DTs.
Absolutely.
I think that he's identified the aggression coming out of Special K. He knows that Special K isn't going to have detection for a while, and he knows that if he gets DTs out, he's just going to win the game.
Yeah, true. I mean, it doesn't take long to save up the 200, 100 for a robo, and then an observer. That's a nice force field there. Would have been better, obviously, if he could trap some units.
I completely agree, but if he commits to this aggression, as he does seem to be doing, he doesn't have the gas to get those units down. As long as that Dark Shrine goes down for Hades, and he is beginning to bank gas now, I think, then...
He has got 5 Stalkers. I'm going to call Blink. I think it's going to be Blink.
Oh, he didn't go full screen on
no,
stream.
There's a probe.
Damn it. Okay. Gone full screen now.
No, you were right, it is DTs.
See, that's now we're 3 minutes behind. It is DTs. Yeah. I left the stream settings wrong.
Ah.
Oh, such a noob. It's fine. Sort out now. It's gonna be okay. We need to sort out this video lag after this. We'll fix afterwards. Okay, so we've got a strong defense from Hades, and he is going into the DTs. The Robo is actually, the Observer's coming out now, and it's chronoed, so he has sensed what is coming, and actually the Robo's gonna, the Observer's gonna be out well in time.
Yeah.
The probe for the proxy is just now making its way across the map, and the Observer is finished. So there you have it.
His Special K is now, I mean, he's 8 probes ahead.
Yeah,
I mean,
got the base down.
He has a tech advantage because he has the Robo. The Obs is leaving his base though, but he does actually catch the proxy pylon with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to clue him onto what's going on here. I'll check his vision. Yeah, he's scouted absolutely none.
It's coming. Yeah, I think it's coming back.
He didn't see the gases early. He went for a full blind build. And we see the first DT warping in now at that proxy pylon, and the Obs is out the front.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's picked that off. 0 damage is going to get done
DT
there.
down. Nice and simple.
It's now a 14 probe lead for Special K and a tech lead. He's got that first Immortal coming out, taking his 3rd and 4th gas.
Probe running into the main. Look, Hero Probe from Hades. I think it's going to die to the Stalkers. Oh! Oh! Wow. He force fields himself out! He force fields himself out! And the Probe from Hades gets a full scout off. Nice for him. Oh, it's not every day your opponent's so obliging. He just force fields himself out of his own base. But that Immortal could have really...
Special K is
he's trying to hide it.
He's trying to hide that Immortal. He was trying so hard.
It was a noble effort, but an abject failure.
I see. We now see a Warp Prism coming up from Hades, so he's not going to give up with this DT aggression. To be fair, he does really need to get some damage done. Special K is now 30 supply ahead. Army supply, Special K is ahead there as well by 10, so it's still... I mean, it's getting a little out of control. Twilight and a Forge going down as well. I imagine he's gonna go into a few more charge lots. Charge coming out of Hades now as well. Maybe going into some charge lot Archon.
Yeah, I actually really like that. I've been in PvP lately. I have been opening with a gateway expand into nice quick Robo with a few sentries, and then I go into something like I make a load of Immortals for defense. And then I quickly transition into charge and Archons and do a massive, either all-in or pressure, just to either deny the 3rd or do as much damage as you can. You can actually do a really not all-in build, but if they've gone for anything that isn't Void Rays, which admittedly they do tend to do, but if they've gone for anything that isn't Void Rays, then they basically just die.
This Warp Prism is gonna get caught here.
Really
it's not
tightly
gonna
as
get
well.
taken out, obviously, with that new Warp Prism speed. Oh, it gets out with 46 HP. Just another 5 shots from that Warp Prism. Actually, not 5, even less than that.
It doesn't matter.
14 for armored, so it is actually still the same, isn't it? It's 4 or 5? No, 4.
I don't think that's what's really important. What's important is that aggression was shut down very quickly. The Prism is now damaged, and it's going to be much harder to do anything with. And with that in mind, Special K obviously feeling a little bit confident because he's taking his 3rd. And I actually agree with him. I think he has every right to feel confident. He's got upgrades coming out, he's got Colossus tech on the way, and did he put down Templar Archives? He didn't put down the Templar Archives.
I think Hades is going Hail Mary here. He's throwing 5 gates down. Probably going to walk... I'd like to see him walk in some DTs and just turn them into Archons. Maybe go if he's going to go for this aggression. Yeah, as he is doing now.
Can you support that? Can you support 8 gates? 8 gates with DT Archons. I know you can have High Templar Archons, and you still have enough to expand afterwards. But I don't know.
I can imagine so. I think the gas is something that holds you back from making Archons, and DTs obviously are that little bit less gas.
I think he'll have enough gas for Archons. I don't think he'll have enough minerals for anything else. because
Oh,
obviously
yeah,
a DT costs as much as a Stalker in terms of gas. Oh, Hallucinated Colossus, I like that. That just makes that army that bit scarier.
Yeah, I mean, he's got double Colossus coming out anyway, which actually... the proxy pylon is quite far away. Actually, that's a warp prism, isn't it, going down there? There is no proxy pylon, just the warp prism.
Well, Warp Prism's pretty good.
Yeah, if he does drop those 4 zealots in the back, it could definitely flummox Special K here.
Well, I think that's a really nice play. Just attacking in 2 locations, it tears apart Special K's army. Means that, and considering how behind Hades is now, it's a really good idea to do that because he needs to take every advantageous fight he can. He can't screw up. He doesn't have room to screw up anymore. He has to do this right first time, otherwise he's dead.
I mean, the problem here is Special K is ahead in almost every sense. Those 4 zealots are in. There is a cannon in the middle of the line and a big warping of DTs.
Ooh, that's actually really scary. Because DTs, they do not care what you think.
Oh, the main engagement at the front, he does recall away. The DTs are just running around at the moment. He
recalls into his own main?
Yeah, he does, which is nice. It brings the obs as well, so these DTs are going to get picked off. But Workers killed 10. I'm not sure that was worth it. I mean, it did bring him level in Workers.
Yeah.
Units lost. Special K is slightly ahead.
Where's the detection? Oh, he's chronoing out. There's 2 robos. No, can he take that down in time? I wouldn't be that surprised. Oh, he breaks it with his own Colossi, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
DTs get cleaned up without doing anything, and I think that has to kind of be the end of the game, really. If we just take a look at the supplies, it's 160 to 110, and the army is just so superior for Special K. He has 5 Colossi, he has charge, he has +2 almost done, compared...
Yeah, I mean, the entire supply lead in the game is actually just in the army. It's a 50 supply lead, like, straight out of the army. So it's... I mean, Archons are good, but...
Archons are not 5 Colossi great.
No, we do see Hallucinated Phoenix, so Hades does kind of see what's coming towards him. Not sure if it's going to help. I mean, he is splitting up his army to try and go for a nice concave, but I'm not sure how much
it's just not going to matter, I don't think. I just feel like this game has been over for a little while now.
Yeah, after all the aggression was kind of held off.
Archon's just breaking those, but... like,
I mean, nothing's hitting the Colossus. They're too far away.
Just raining down damage. And that's it. Special K takes the game off Hades.
I think the DTs were definitely a bad decision there.
Yeah.
It's not all in, obviously, as it used to be because of the obviously they obviously changed the price of the Dark Shrine. But you know, if it gets scouted, or it's...
Okay, guys, we're back. Hopefully, this will solve the quality issues for everyone. Hopefully, this will fix the issues. We don't really know. It's been fine on the settings it was on before, on 2 previous occasions, but we're hoping that this will fix it up for you guys, and I'll just keep it like this from now on because it's easier. We're now going into the game, and I've remembered to switch the thing over, so that's always nice. I'm going into the game, and it's a PvT this time. Special K back again, currently at 2-1, 2-2.
Yeah, 2-1 to my 3D.
2-1 to 3D-Gaming. Excellent.
Wow.
Spawning on Red City, in the bottom left, spawning as the Yellow Terran, we've got Team Rage's Vukmir.
I love the way you said that.
Vukmir! That's a manly name, to be fair. I'm a big fan of that.
I'm a big fan of Vukmir.
Vukmir! And in the bottom right, as the orange Protoss, you have 3D-Gaming Special K. Just took out Hades in a PvP. Hades, God of Death himself. So that's quite impressive. We didn't realise he was actually a StarCraft player, but when we found him, we realised we just had to 1v1 him, bro. And then, having done so, we've beaten him, so we reckon that our team will live on in Elysium for the rest of eternity. There's one for you Classics fans out there.
Wow. that was cold. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
So we don't see any shenanigans. Ben, what do you think of this map as a Protoss player yourself?
I like Red City.
I'm not a fan.
Really?
I vetoed this from the start.
I like Crit City. It's made of choke points.
Yeah, but they're not very nice choke points.
Well, I
They're
thing is, because I play the spoon, I am a huge fan of the spoon. So, okay, we got Special K scouting in the wrong direction, and Vukmir electing to not do so far. But yeah, I think this might be it. But yeah, I really like this map because I play the spoon. So I just walk off. I go like, oh, there's 4 zealots in your third, mate. 4 zealots in your third. JK, now my army's in your fourth. Now you don't have a fourth, and then I'll be taking my fourth. And then when they attack, I've set up a sweet concave and they die. And then I just starve them out.
Or a Terran makes 3 armies and walks one of them on each of these 3 ramps, and you're like, damn, son, I should have destroyed those rocks earlier.
I don't take that fight, Chaz. You're not spooning properly.
Oh,
Clearly, you are the little spoon.
do you know what? I love a good spoon, and I am the little spoon. Gotta tell you.
You are a little spoon.
But what's going on in the game, Ben?
I've
what's
no
going
idea.
on in the game?
I've no idea. I got distracted.
Alright, well, there's no gas from Vukmir.
Yeah, he's expanding.
So there's no Reaper. There's no Reaper going to be out. Obviously, Special K hasn't seen that yet, and it is just a really quick CC.
Yeah.
After
It's kind of
Raps
wall
there.
style, the classic gasless expand. And you don't see this very often these days, to be honest.
True.
But I do really like it.
The Reaper is just so viable to get that initial scout. You don't have to waste an SCV, although obviously you're kind of doing this. It's not a huge investment. Obviously, there's 40 minerals a minute or whatever it is for I think it's 40. I'll check that later. But yeah, we do see a Stalker coming out. Obviously, Special K didn't get the scout, so that Stalker is purely just in case that Reaper is coming out. I think he's going to be quite happy to not see the gases there. It means there's not going to be any too early shenanigans. No Banshee, no Widow Mine drops. Not at a time where he won't be able to hold that off.
No. And he knows what it is. He's played Wings of Liberty. He's seen this before.
Oh yeah.
So we're just seeing Special K
what
zones.
are Widow Mines like? You know,
You don't need widows yet. 2 barracks though. That was normal actually for this build in Wings of Liberty, wasn't it? It was 2 barracks, then gas, into factory, into starport.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's what we're
Just
gonna
reminding myself of my old builds.
obviously, the main problem with that, with the kind of later gases, you don't get any add-ons, so your stim starts a little bit later than it would with a.
Look at this,
more
double forge, out of Special K.
Yeah, no, I
really
like
early.
that.
I really like it too. I think I'm trying to do the maths in my head really quickly, but I think he might be able to have 2-2 by the time his stim timing hits. Might.
I don't think he'll be able to afford it and then an army to hold.
Oh
up
no, he won't be able to afford it and Colossi.
Yeah, and you really kind of need those.
He's actually
the Colossi
chronoing
and the hold up
Warpgate.
button. I can't imagine he's going to put any pressure on. There is a
No,
bunker down. You
it's
need
really
quite
weird.
a few sentries to help that out. It may have been a misclick. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe, like, we've all done it. We've all tried to chrono something and accidentally chronoed a Nexus or whatever.
Yeah. Vukmir's actually re-scouting. He's checking for
Proxies
proxies
and
all.
other shenanigans.
Let's see what he actually saw in the base. Well, with that scan, he does see everything. Let's see if he throws
He
down
does
at
hit that
straight away.
perfectly. Sees the double forges.
Yeah.
He
There
knows-
is no robo yet. There's no real kind of tech because he's going very upgrade heavy. You can afford the robo as well, if you like to get out those early obs. But then again, I suppose he doesn't need it considering the late gas from his opponent. There is an eBay down as well.
And if you look, a little bit cheeky, there's a supply depot block on the third.
Yeah, that's true. That is
A little bit rude.
either Special K is either going to have to deal with that or just expand towards the opponent.
Stalker getting in the main. Saw the tech lab come up and combat shield start. Of all
Yeah.
things.
I don't like that. I think Stim's
do I.
going to be. I mean, the thing is, from this position, the Protoss player can quite easily, once he's saturated that second base, just throw down 5 more gates and go in with a 1-1 timing.
Yeah.
I mean, it would hit actually. Maybe
If you
just
look,
as Stim finishes.
he's not
that's the
doing that, though.
timing on it.
What he's actually doing is
That's true.
he's got a Twilight Council coming down. I think maybe he's going for, and I've heard of this, but I've never seen it performed. I think he's going for 2-2 Charge Lot Archon.
Yeah, no,
Parting.
I can imagine that.
Parting
It's-
does it.
It's probably going to be. The thing is, though, the reason I personally don't go for this build, well, really at all, is, I mean, if you look at the army supply, it's 9 to 23. I mean, if
Yeah.
Bookman just kind of walked in right now, it's not
Well,
a lot
you say that.
Photon Overcharge is a good unit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I mean, I know how good Photon Overcharge is. I don't think it can deal with that level of disparity, but I do think it can make a serious dent in it. Are we seeing?
Yeah, I completely agree. We do
seeing
see
charge?
the charge.
Got the
And
gate.
2 more gates.
I guess if he's not getting Storm,
Game paused.
okay. Special K having lag spikes. I hope that doesn't get blamed on us. We're fine.
I can't actually talk to them.
No. I don't want to put my attention to it. Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of
Okay.
zealots.
What does he see with that scan? He sees everything again. He sees the Twilight as well.
He's got an obs just going in. So he's going to see everything. He sees
Yeah.
the tech lab coming down on the factory, for whatever reason that might be.
I guess that's to put a barracks on after these two complete to start.
Yeah, I
maybe
guess
some
so.
more production.
He actually hasn't got add-ons on either of these ones, which is also a
Yeah,
bit strange. Like, he's
this-
made a lot of units, but not made any add-ons.
This build is confusing me. And Special K is now taking his third, which,
Yeah.
to be honest,
I think he's safe to do. I wouldn't take it there, though. Like, I think he's safe to take his third, but I would not have put it there. I
don't
would
know
have...
if army supply actually is really even, but
Yeah.
Marines versus Zealots isn't the prettiest picture for a Protoss player.
You'd say that, but they have charge, and they nearly have... Does he have any upgrades? So he's at +1,
yeah, he's
and
+1
our
attack.
Protoss is almost at 2-2. He is going to
Oh.
cut this army into tiny pieces if he gets near it. The issue, for me,
Is the drop
the
going
drop.
into the May?
is the drop.
His mothership core is there, so that will be a cheeky Photon Overcharge being thrown down.
Yeah, he's got an Immortal coming out, which might help, but I think that's heading out. I don't understand why this... I think he's checking for the third that isn't there.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why his main army is there.
It's really
That's-
weird. It's
There's
really-
a lot of DPS here just from these 16 Marines.
And now he's going to drift into the third. This is exactly why I don't like this third placement, because from there, the distance to the main is nothing. And I use this with warp prisms. I'll do a drop in the third, and then I'll go straight up into the main. And if for anyone who doesn't have Colossi, you can then distract them at the third and just go straight in and use the map against them. And
I agree.
if he'd expanded over to this location, the one that has been depot blocked, admittedly, but you know, you can deal with that. It's not like depots are going to run away. He then doesn't have that issue, because yes, they can get away, but they're only going into the natural and you're covering that. It's a much easier angle, in my
Obviously a
opinion.
small engagement there going to that. No, I do agree with you. Obviously, mobility against drops is a really important thing for a Protoss player.
Yeah.
Not starting that +3 weapons upgrade yet.
There we
He does
go,
have an
just
Archon
starting.
and Storm on the way. I don't know if you noticed, Ben, but he actually got in Infernal Pre-Igniter.
Yeah, I did see, but I didn't make a comment on it because I was thinking I was so confused by what it was that I just didn't think, and I thought I'd talk about something I definitely did know what I was talking about with.
Well, Hellbats versus Zealots.
They're quite good, aren't they? But there is Storm coming out, and Storm is very good versus Hellbats.
Yeah,
Like, they have a lot of health, but they do not have...
nearly finished those, so a couple of good EMPs, and those Hellbats will then melt through those Zealots.
Yeah. I know Hellbats are bio, of course, but
Yeah.
they don't have stim yet. Although I think Blizzard should probably see to putting that in the near future. I think it would improve game balance a huge amount if Hellbats had stim, and without stim, assuming they never get it, we'll see Storms absolutely tear Hellbats apart because they just can't dodge it. Not really.
Oh yeah, they are too slow. They don't transform quick enough to be able to split. To be able
Quite.
to split that well. Right, so we've got 3 Marines. Now, the big problem with Bookmare here is clearly the upgrade disadvantage.
Yeah, like we are looking at a Protoss on 2-3 and against a Terran who has
2-1.
yeah 2-1.
+2 attack is literally about to finish. There is a fly I must catch.
That is nearly that is nearly a whole set of upgrades ahead, and that is quite scary.
That killing that supply depot actually does supply block him as well.
That's quite funny. I mean, I don't think he could have planned for that, but that is very entertaining. Nothing to stop this drop coming into the third.
I like this though. These supply depots that are spread on those northern expansions. Oh, we do have a drop in the natural.
Third.
Wasn't the probes?
Oh, and the natural.
And the natural. Wow.
He's actually just picked up and gone into the main. Changed his mind. And a bigger... EMP's coming down. I'll be interested to see...
It's a huge fight here. We still got 6 High Templar with about 8 storms, I think, in total. But those zealots are
massive
starting to dwindle. There's only 5 left now, 4 left, but the storms have done a lot of damage. And a storm on the SCVs as well, and a really nice set of forces.
Ooh! Catching them all.
A huge amount of SCVs being killed. 29 workers killed there, but 14 killed as well by our Terran player, and the drop is still going on. He's picked off both forges.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think the forge...
It doesn't matter, he's 3-3 now
the forge's
anyway.
work was done.
That Colossus just...
He took out the natural. They've both done huge... And the third! Good lord. Too much was going on in that fight, I didn't know where to look.
Yeah, even I'm struggling. And to be honest, I think Vukmir's gonna hold.
I think Vukmir's ahead now. He's behind on workers, but he's up on bases.
Are a good unit.
Mules are a great unit. Actually, you know what? I don't know, because now I'm looking into the natural. I just don't see Vukmir being able to take this army at any time very soon.
The drop is still going on in special case, mate. We got 4 medevacs.
They're all doing so much damage. They're just ripping each other to pieces in the hope of forcing the other one to GG. And
it's going to be close. That Colossus, if that gets targeted, that could completely change the game here. Yeah, he's pulling that back, but the Marauders are going to
gone down.
that. The drop's still going. There's only 1 zealot, and he's pulling the probes.
Yeah. It's a lot of probes as well.
Upgrades aren't as important.
It wasn't the upgrades. It wasn't the upgrades themselves. Like, it was the fact that he hit with 2 drops in 2 separate places and his whole army was out of position. Do we know where the mothership core was at all?
No, we don't, unfortunately. He does need to rebuild that, though. That was picked off.
Yeah.
It's just...
Because if he had the mothership core, then he could have recalled if necessary. I think that's what the drops were for. Vukmir identified that he couldn't hold in a fight, so what he did was he knew that he wasn't going to win, so you can't less than win. You just win or lose. So he decided to instead do big drops, and he's actually managed to trade almost evenly based on everything. Although he is losing a lot of SCVs here.
And I hate to stop you there, but there is a Marauder still in the main doing damage.
No, I know.
This thing has 5 kills. Please pick it up. I want this Marauder to survive till the end of the game. It's being...
Oh! It's dead! No! No! That's GG. That's the end of the game. No more Marauder.
Whoa.
Actually, I say there are still a lot of Marauders in his main. I really think that Vukmir's still ahead.
Special K is now looking for the extra bases of Vukmir.
Yeah, well, he knows they're
there. He's
there.
going to go north enough though to scout this 4th. There is a probe going up there actually. As I say that, easy good. Oh, we see.
Nice.
He does see the supply depot.
That was as good an engagement as you could hope for, but it's not enough. And that's it. Vukmir takes the game, and
I missed the final fight. I was too busy watching the probe.
I thought Vukmir made some really interesting macro decisions in that game, and by that I mean I don't necessarily agree with them, but what I definitely do think is that his actual engagement decision making was top of the range. Every single fight he saw what he needed to do to get the most out of it, and he did that, and that's how he pulled that back, because he was behind for almost the whole game because of his build order and because of the advantages and the liberties that Special K took because of it, and he managed to bring it round and win because he was smart and he made good decisions.
Yeah, I completely agree. I'm just not really sure where what Special K was really trying to accomplish there. Like, I mean, he obviously went the storm, but then didn't really, a more common thing to do is get that 2-2, and then with the upgrade leaders, then go in for an attack and try and pressure more. But he just kind of, threw everything away. He took a bad engagement at Vukmir's third. The Colossus transition was there, but it was a bit... I don't know, it was a bit late, and obviously he only built that one Colossus, which was sniped out in the end. I think he needs to definitely work on his drop defense for future games.
I agree, definitely.
Yeah, he needs to ask himself more, what could kill me right now? And then defend against it. If you want to just check your Skype, I just sent you a message there.
Yeah, I've seen it. I will copy that to Jamie.
Yeah.
Because really it kind of applies to him. But yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, Mac was just asking me about that. Anyway, right, so, not sure what the next game is going to be.
Okay, let's see how we get out of this.
Oh. Well, really enjoying this so far.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that the stream's looking good for you guys now. I'll keep it on these settings and we'll tweak if we have any more problems. You know how it is. But yeah, wonderful, excellent. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun too. I always have fun casting. It's nice. It's just a really enjoyable thing to do, and
good fun.
Highly recommend it.
We need to work on our filler between games.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was doing it on my own the other day, and I'm pretty sure I ended up just talking to myself about complete and utter rubbish. So these things happen. It doesn't matter at all. People don't expect like perfection, especially not at this stage. When I'm getting a salary because I've deposed Apollo's throne as best caster EU, then maybe
Bro, best caster team. Screw Jamie.
Well, I live near him, so we can do the studio thing, and I'm afraid he is my partner in crime.
Fine. Well, I'll take Tim. Yeah.
You are welcome to Tim. Yeah, but like you're doing a great job standing in. Oh, excellent. So it looks like we've got Cube up next. Cube, 3D Gaming's ace player.
Prepare for Allkill, guys. Prepare for the Allkill.
Yeah. Actually, I have no idea who was it. Us or them who won the last one?
Who casted it?
We cast it.
I didn't.
The last game. Not the last.
The last
no.
game.
Yeah, the last game, not the last thing. Last time we lost.
Vukmir won.
He's not one of ours. Okay, so it's actually.
We can't be biased, Ben.
I'm not biased. I'm just saying. I belong to Team 3D Gaming. I'm not biased. I'm casting fairly. I'm not going. Vukmir's doing a drop. Oh, that's a bit rude. I hope he loses now. That's not what we're going for at all.
Well.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I haven't quite to the game. It is Whirlwind.
Treating both players absolutely equally. Just, I'm on one of the teams. I'm being as fair as I can.
Whoa. Oh, there we go. Cube and Vukmir. So it is another PvT on Whirlwind. I love this map for PvT.
Yes.
As a Protoss player. Not sure how Terrans feel.
Really? I've actually got Whirlwind vetoed.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's like the biggest map.
Yeah.
It's not even like the biggest map. It is
I think
the biggest map.
the reason why I don't like it is because I saw a game and it was Rotterdam playing, and it was at his point when he was in Grandmaster and Hot. The new speed medevacs had just come out, and I saw the Muslim go into his third, do a little drop, boost into the main, so he had to walk all the way around. Then he boosted round into the natural, did a little drop, did a bit of damage, boosted into the third, did a little drop, did a bit of damage, and this carried on for like 3 minutes. And Rotterdam just kind of went, oh, I've held it, guys, I think we're okay. And then the Muslim's actual army showed up. It was about 4 times as big as Rotterdam's at this point, and he got absolutely flattened. It was the most brutal display of dominance I've ever seen in a StarCraft game.
Well, that's because the Muslim is, he is British, and that makes him better than almost everyone ever.
He just has the conquering genes.
The conquering genes.
He goes, yes,
Wow.
this is my base, and this is my base, and you thought that was your base, but now this is my base. My units are in it. I'm taking it. I'm taking all your resources, all your carpets, back to museums. What?
Whoa, we don't say what.
Yes, we do.
Right, we're just waiting for the...
We do it whilst
We've
waxing our
actually
moustaches.
got them ready, so
I'm ready whenever.
So, are we going to start? Both players have said they're ready, but the game isn't starting. Mustn't sing, people are watching.
Okay, so
How many viewers have we got now? 17. That is
that's about
almost,
yeah, it's pretty good.
almost my age. We could do with 100 though. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
well, you know, if we get 100, we'll get 100 in time.
In
100
time.
is my goal.
Okay.
If I get 100 at once, my life is fulfilled.
Ben, do you think I could introduce the players this time?
Absolutely, my young protege. Go ahead.
Which one are you going to go to first?
I
Go to red first.
okay. Cube's
So-
normally yellow. He'll be sad. Okay, we're at red.
Okay. Alright guys, in the bottom right hand corner of Whirlwind, good start, we do see my 3D's cube spawning as the red Protoss. Woo!
Woo!
Yeah, get them
Cube.
woos out. Get them woos out. And in the bottom left corner, we have Rage's Vukmir spawning as the yellow Terran.
Yeah, Vukmir. I'll be interested. Because the thing is,
Let's give Vukmir a woo. Hang on, give woo!
Woo! Vukmir! Best name. Absolute best name. I'm really interested to see how Vukmir plays in this game, because as far as I know, Special K isn't a Grandmaster player. And I've noticed a real difference between the way Cube plays and the way the Master players in the team play. So if Vukmir makes the same macro mistakes that he did, or macro choices, I think that Cube is more than capable of playing the exact same game even that Special K does, but taking better fights, handling the drops better, and just winning. I think Cube could have done the identical build and just taken it regardless. That's my feeling on this.
I definitely agree. We do see a pretty quick-ish scout from Cube. Actually, before drop, is he going Nexus first, Ben?
I don't know. It was a very early scout, wasn't it?
I think he is going Nexus first. That 15 Nexus. Yeah, we can see the pro rally down now. What do we see from
We can wait a
Vukmir?
second.
Just the standard racks first. No gas. Normally, if it's going to be a Reaper, he's going to Terrans will skip that 13th probe, build a refinery first.
Yeah.
I say probe, I mean SCV.
Yeah,
So
I knew
it's
what
a
you meant. And
Nexus
it is a
first
Nexus
hit.
first out of Cube. Cube going, this is the biggest map. I can be as greedy as possible.
Yeah, I mean, there is a small amount of luck with going Nexus first. Luckily for Cube, Vukmir has actually, scouted in the wrong direction, so it's going to be a long time before he identifies this, especially with the fact he's not going Reaper as well.
He's not even
Keep
going
an eye on
immediately into a
this.
gateway, if you look. Like, he put down the pylon before the gate. He is not playing safe. He is going,
This is
I am
full
Cube,
risk.
do this, do that.
Oh, and I love doing this as a Protoss player. Just dropping that pylon, forcing them to put the command center off. It obviously doesn't make a massive difference, but it can, really delay a couple of timings, and that second mule as well. So we see the double gas as well coming out. From
Yeah,
Cube.
just playing a bit of catch up really in that regard.
Yeah,
He knows
we
that
still
he's put
actually-
himself a bit behind in gas, and now he needs to catch up in tech.
To be fair, to that point, Vukmir still hasn't put down his gases. His orbital is now finished. A small supply block, but that supply depot is about to finish, and the first bunker coming up as well.
He's doing exactly what he did last game. He's doing the same build.
Yeah.
And I guess Cube maybe went, okay, so he knows what build he's up against, having watched it. And he's gone, okay, we're on the biggest map. Fine. He'll play greedy, and he knows that you can't punish it with your build order. And as it turns out, his reading has been absolutely spot on so far. Have
Yeah,
to see
I
how
mean,
that turns out.
Vukmir is only just about now to get his first scout off in that with that SUV, so it's not, he's not seen anything yet. There's no way he could have known and punished this at all. Obviously,
Exactly.
if he would have gone Reaper, that would have set him up in an odd position.
That was nice. Did you see that? The little zealot kind of dance back as soon as the
Yeah,
attack
the-
animation starts. I've
the
never
cheeky
done that
cheek.
yet. It's so good. I wish I could do that.
If you ask him mostly, I'm sure he'll teach you. And now he is going to get that SCV kill. Some great play there from Cube, and he's already 12 harvesters ahead, which is huge.
Yeah.
It's absolutely huge at this point in the game. And he's even in army supplies, so it's not even like he's sacrificed that at all. Obviously, the risk was earlier in the game with that Nexus first.
Yeah, now
Vuk
he's
is
kind
just
of a
going
bit
to-
safer.
Yeah, just going 3 Max Marine. He's got his first eBay down and double forge. This is the greediest thing I think I've ever seen a Protoss do.
I love it. I really love it. 6-minute double forge. He's just absolutely powering macro because I guess he feels confident, and he probably should really.
And there's actually there's a turret coming down from Bookmer in the main, so he's really not sure what's going on. Obviously, you've seen that
No.
double gas there. You've seen the 3 pylon. You
Where's
saw
the
three
turret, sorry?
pylons from the scout.
Do you mean the natural?
I do mean the natural.
Ah,
Yeah,
that'd be
all
right.
And that stalker is going to get taken out.
Big clumsy there.
Yeah, losing his map presence there. So if there is, a small push out to attempt to, do a little bit of damage, that's not going to get scouted till late on. Cube with a
looking
bit
at
of a
this.
supply block as well right now.
We've got 27 SCVs to 44 probes. That is 2 saturated bases at 7.5 minutes.
Chrono boost, strong unit, and here we see the Vukmir strategy of throwing down a supply depot
Yeah.
at external bases.
I like that, but I also really don't like that. It seems to me like it's not the worst idea in the world, but it's I like it, but it's kind of a bit cheeky, isn't it? I don't see it working
Yeah.
against anyone who's seen it before.
Yeah, because people are going to expect it. And I mean, a lot of people will send their units there anyway, up to their bases, up to their external bases first, because they want to clear
Yeah.
out anything that is in the way.
I personally, whenever I do it, I send out a probe. I send out a probe before I want to expand and get a pylon down out there. Because then I go, okay, I'll just build this pylon out here and leave the probe, and then I expand when I feel safe. And that means that I instantly have a pylon for cannons, so as soon as the Nexus go down, a cannon goes down. And it keeps me very safe.
Sorry to stop you there, we've got a Templar Archer thrown out and 4 more gates. He is going to go for a charge like Archon push. I think, it's Chrono Boost on the Forges, so I'm assuming it's going to be with 2-2.
Yeah, it's going to be that
by
2-2
the
push
time
that I talked
Stalker-
about.
Yeah, it's the build you talked about last game.
Partings build. Lovely build.
I think I'm going to copy this.
Yeah, I know I am.
Maybe without the Nexus first. I'll maybe go Gate Nexus Cyber, just because so many people.
I
do
love
that now.
Gate Nexus Cyber. It's such a sweet build. You get it's so safe, and it's quite safe at least. It's not quite as safe, especially not against Reapers. Actually, it'll let you down against Reapers. But First has a really cool variant on it that I recommend Protoss players watching check out. I believe Day9's done a daily on it. I don't know which one though. First versus Fantasy.
What hasn't Day9 done a daily on?
Everything. He's putting down that. Look, he's putting down that depot again. That is cheeky.
To be fair, I don't think it's going to make much difference in this game. Cube is clearly not going to take a third base here. I mean, he is still producing pros. Surprised me.
He's trying to take the
And a
third.
Robo's
He thinks
going
he's
there,
cleared
so
it.
He is going to take
Yeah,
it.
he's trying to take the third, and now he's just really annoyed. So
That SCV took the full brunt of that Archon.
yeah, Archon just went no. I'm tired of your misbehaviour.
Proxy
Sir.
pylon there up to the north from Cube, so I'm going to expect obviously some Zealot warp-ins, bit of harassment going to go on there. I'd like to see a warp prism, it's the first thing that comes out of this robo, definitely.
Yeah,
Warp prism harass is so deadly, and there is actually a double drop now
Yes.
heading into the natural here.
that's what I was just about to say. There's 2 High Templar there, but they're not in the right position. I wonder if he's going to go for the main. Because look, he's got 2 fully loaded with Marines. He could put one. Neither one of these is feedbackable. Or they are obviously feedbackable, but he won't kill them.
Yeah, the obs getting taken, not the obs getting taken out, but the hallucinated Phoenix actually goes into Vukmir's natural and sees pretty much nothing. So, alright, the drop is now going into natural and 1 into the main.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got. This should be cleared up quite nicely. He's got
He's
2
doing the
photon
counter warp in.
charges. He's used 1.
Now the feedback. Oh, and that one goes down. The one in the main.
Vukmir took out the third at the same time with another marine push.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I saw that going in, so I focused on that for a minute, but then I stopped paying attention with the drops. Vukmir actually deploying a 3-pronged attack here.
Yeah, it has done quite a lot of damage. But if you check out the units lost tab, then he's still relatively behind. He has closed the gap in harvesters though, obviously because Cube cut them to try and with his pressure. We do see a warp prism out from Cube, so I was right with what he was going to do there, but he hasn't loaded it up with anything quite yet. But look at all the proxy pylons around the map.
Cube actually, whilst all that was going on, I think there was action in 4 places. Cube actually took out the third of Vukmir.
He did.
So
we are missing things.
There are so many things going on. This is just—it's such an exciting game, and we can't keep track of all the excitement.
Out of BC, we need an observer who knows what he's doing and can keep up with everything.
I'm getting better.
I'll pop at you. We just need out of BC.
I'll take out a BC's throne as well. I'm gonna take so many thrones, man. Yeah, so
I'm not sure where to follow that up.
no, you can't. You can't follow that.
We got 4 more gates coming down. Cube is supply bot for quite a while actually. Those pylons only just really begun. Obviously, with his third being taken out as well, that does actually give you supply throwing down a base. A lot of people don't know that.
Really?
Yeah. If
I'm
you
actually
build a
really
base,
surprised.
It's 10 supply.
Yeah, sorry. Really, a lot of people don't know that. Rather than I knew that. Obviously, I knew that. It's 11 for CCs, 10 for Nexuses, and 2 for Hatcheries. But
look at that.
Yeah, see, I know, but I didn't realise that a lot of people didn't know that.
Well, I only found out relatively recently.
Okay. That was like one of the first things that I remember being told about this game.
Nope, no one ever told me. I just saw it like probably I think maybe last week. It was like, oh, that's why I don't get supply blocks there.
It's why some builds just work. Like you ones that take like 21 Nexus, you often end up going up to 26 supply without building a pylon, and then the Nexus finishes, and you get the Nexus supply, and it boosts you up that little extra bit.
Alright, we see a double drop going into the thirds of Cube now. Cube being a little bit sloppy. Normally he's really on point with his drop dispense, having units around every base, but not at the moment. And Vukmir's found his northern proxy pylon as well.
Oh, big storm.
Not enough, but he still gets the Nexus. But Cube, being a baller, just puts it straight down. While his units are still there. But that northern proxy pylon has been taken out, supply blocking him again.
Yeah, and there's a third actually coming up, a semi-hidden third for Vukmir, going up to the north.
Technically his fourth, he's now floating his third over.
Oh, okay. Good point.
Oh, Cube has found that immediately with some kind of sensei
Grandmaster magical power. Is it gonna be enough? No. You know what? That zealot's just gonna take out 3 Marines like it just don't care.
To be fair, it is a 3-3 zealot. It's 3-3 versus 2-1 right now.
Actually, yeah.
He could hit such a nice timing here. All he needs to do is click on one unit and then he'd realise. I genuinely don't think he's noticed he has that much of a lead.
No, perhaps he's just expecting kind of higher upgrades out of his Terran foe, and doesn't realise he's quite as far ahead. He's getting shield, which I really like, because you see a lot of people not actually bothering with shield upgrades, and I kind of get it because there's EMP and all that stuff. But I love shield upgrades. It just feels so good to be like, oh, you're at 3-3, I'm at 3-3-3. And it's that kind of childish motivation that keeps me going in the tough games.
They just don't die.
No, they just don't die. Even if EMP does negate that entire advantage. But, they have to hit with the EMP, so...
Yeah, oh, we actually see Hellbats coming out as well. There are quite a few ghosts. No cloak, though. And he does have 2 high temp in a warp prism. Oh, that's really smart, putting that on the high ground, so he's not going to... but Vukmir's not going to be able to see that. We do have an obs with the army as well. 4 Archons.
Oh,
that
look,
the flank. Charge lots.
Massive flank.
That's a huge get. Some really nice feedback's going down on the Ghost as well.
No,
he's going to drop.
Almost no EMPs went down there.
Yeah,
so
and
he's
dropping. Oh my god,
there was one.
Gets the EMPs off on the 2 high Templars.
Oh, that storm! Whoa! Whoa!
I think that's GG, guys. That is huge.
Cube comes in asking, how's the weather? And Vukmir replies, GG.
Do you know what? Next time someone asks me how's the weather, I'm just going to reply GG and walk off. Just from inspiration. That was insane. That was really nice by Vukmir originally. He, he kind of got away from the charge lots, but kind of forgetting about. I guess he didn't know that there were more High Templar coming along. He knew about the ones that were coming in the Warp Prism because he caught them as soon as they were dropped with that EMP.
Yeah.
But then 4 more just rolled up, and then it was goodbye Terran Bio.
Basically, what happened in that game was exactly what I said was going to happen, although didn't realise I was predicting. Cube did almost exactly the same build as we saw out of Special K, but he took better fights, and he took better bases, and he defended just in general a bit better. A little bit of sloppiness around the third, but he was doing the damage on his end, so it was okay. He was keeping his opponent as suppressed as he was. And overall, Cube just won out on superior engagements, taking superior fights to Vukmir, which was actually Vukmir's strength, but he just macroed better and microed better.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree.
I really enjoyed that game, to be honest, especially the bit at the end. The bit with a million storms. Terrans all over the world burst into tears, seeing their power-armoured brethren exploding, stuck in that corner behind the minerals.
I hate to stop you there, but we need to get some love on this on our Reddit thread for this here.
No love? No Reddit love?
We're getting no love. We're getting no love.
Aww. Well, it's fine.
Apparently I need to put less caps in my titles.
Oh, but, for God's sake, Chaz.
I'll post it there so you guys can
go and upvotes. Do many upvotes.
Get upvoting because people are rude, mostly because it's Reddit. We've been invited to the game. It is Belshire.
Yeah, I called it 3 games ago.
And I hate to hit everybody with the news that Stefano has officially retired from SC2.
Really?
Yep. He lost to Lucifron, knocking him out of WCS. With the words, "Congratulations, sorry to the fans, this game's not for me anymore." But
okay.
Twitter is very big on the whole. Goodbye, Stefano. Lots of emotions. He's obviously good friends with a lot of people in the scene.
Yeah, he's always struck me as quite a good guy. I mean, he has his quirks and his tendencies, and he
did play Zerg.
There is that. That's one of his one of my less favoured tendencies on his part. But we're not gonna judge him too much. But I guess, like the Infestor, Stefano just got less strong over time, and eventually he gave up. Maybe Blizzard will remove that unit in honour. I don't think they actually should. I'm just saying.
I agree. So I'm just reading some of the tweets from different personalities. Adabisi, the guy we were just talking about with "Good night, sweet prince."
May a flight of Zerglings carry you to thy rest.
This is sad somehow. Valiant effort.
Yeah.
Lucky just Stefano. He'll give me some great memories from DJ Wheat. I really wanted him to win, but I do love Grubby.
I love Grubby. I was so happy yesterday. Like when Grubby took down MVP.
Oh my god, yeah, those were emotions.
He burst into tears, and I was just like, oh my god, Grubby, I just want to hug you and stroke your face because you are the best. If you stroke Grubby's face, you actually steal some of his power. So that's what I was hoping for. Only when his mouth is open, though.
Grubby the SC2 Buddha.
Yes. He just drifts around on a cloud of sigh.
So it definitely looks like Cube is our Terran sniper. We got another PBT coming up.
Yeah. But I mean, it should be fine. I think we seem to just kind of go, okay, Cube either goes out first or Cube goes out when we have a bit of trouble. But in the last one, Cube went out first and got knocked out. So, right, and it looks like we're just coming into the game now. So just tab into that one. I'm paying attention now. I'm actually paying attention to which thing on the broadcaster I'm actually tabbed into, just to make sure that I don't make any silly mistakes, like leaving it in the Chaz and Ben face overlay. as
Hey,
I have not named
I mean,
it.
if I could, Ben, if every time I opened SC2, it was just an overlay of you over my screen.
It'd be,
As long as I could still play to the to the top 8 GM level that I am.
Quite.
But, you know,
Is that we
well,
just
yeah,
just
obviously,
replace just replace Kerrigan's face with me. That would actually be. I've actually made myself feel slightly unwell.
find your view. I just remembered I can find your view, what you're looking at with the
Yeah.
camera. So I'm going to do that.
You want to do the intro?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. In the 10 o'clock position, or 11 o'clock, about there, about half 10, in Belcher Vestige, we have Team Racers Psycho. Yeah, woo! Go
And
Psycho.
in the 5:37 and 48 seconds position,
40 there.
the red Protoss 3D Gaming's Cube.
On a bit of a win streak as our cube.
Well, he's beaten one person, but hopefully
Exactly,
he's on a win streak.
That's more of a streak than 0.
Yeah, he's beaten a guy. He's beaten
a guy, I agree.
Vukmir. That was his name. I was thinking Vikmir, but it wasn't that. Vukmir, whose name is amazing.
Yeah, that was a great game. I really enjoyed that game.
I really enjoyed
those
both of those
storms warmed my Protoss belly.
That didn't work. I was expecting that to follow that probe, and then it just didn't.
Oh yeah, I need to.
There we
my
go.
I then just tried to move my mouse on my second screen and move my vision. We do see a gas coming down from Psycho, which is
Already different from Vukmir. This
Yeah,
is the kind of
I'm
Reaperish
assuming the
timing.
Reaper.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Reaper. It's definitely a 12. It's a 12 barracks, 12 gas. As far as I'm aware.
2 gases out of cube. 2 quite quick gases out of cube. I think double 15.
Yeah,
and he's-
double 15, 2 on each.
Yeah.
It's perfect standard nowadays. Obviously, he's now going to spot that gas and think, oh, the Reaper's coming.
Most likely. There we
and
go.
there it is.
That's it starting.
So he's probably he's going to throw it outside it. He'll probably skip the Zealot and just go kind of Stalker Mothership Core and then expand. I'll be interested to see what Psycho does. A lot of Terrans have been pulling off their SCVs after they get 100 gas total mines, allowing them then just to get one Reaper and then a reactor on the barracks, and then kind of taking a really quick expand then and then getting those getting those second and third barracks a little bit quicker than
We're actually
normal.
seeing a second Reaper.
Wow, that's really wants to the thing is we're getting a second Reaper. She needs to do some aggression, and I was wrong. Cube actually getting the Zealot, not something I like doing because Reapers versus Zealot is never a pretty picture as long as has a hand with which he can click his
The
mouse.
Zealot, yeah, but the Zealot is useful for controlling the Reaper because obviously the Reapers have to micro back. Oh, we got a hit off. Very nice. And there's the Mothership Core popping out just in time, and the Stalker will be there in just a second, coming out to deal with the Reaper. I just look at that rally point. It wasn't timed as well as I was really hoping it would be. So nice.
I
Just
still catch that though.
Reaper
But as you
down.
see, even if the Zealot wasn't there, the Mothership Core could just sit over the Nexus and sit over the mineral line and just stop all the damage from being done. And
Yeah.
just being told, confirmation. It is my
3T.
3 Rage 2 at the moment. Is this match point potentially for 3D here? I'm not
yes.
sure.
If
Format.
3D Gaming takes this game, then they win the all-kill.
The all-kill.
Yeah, no, it's called all-kill format. It's first to kill the others.
It's
It's essentially a best of 7, but with teams.
Okay, and we've got a nice bit of aggression going on. It does pick off the SCV building the bunker. He could actually do quite a bit of damage here. He's brought the Mothership Core along
There aren't
as
really any
well,
units, are
and the
there?
Zealot. Oh, it's a time warp there. He's going to get these 2 SCVs. He must do.
This is just like in Wings of Liberty. If you turned up before the bunker was finished, you just walk into their base and kill them. Except now there's a Mothership Core, and there are just as few units. There's one
So
Reaper.
you got vision of that high ground.
That's all. He's just gonna keep shooting. The Reaper can't hit the Stalker without the Stalker being able to hit the Reaper. That Mothership Core, they have 14 vision radius. It's massive. It's bigger than a scan. It's actually
Do you know what?
crazy.
As a Protoss player, we deserve that. We deserve that.
Well, to be fair, it doesn't do detection like a scan, and it can't just be anywhere on the map. It feels like so. There's pros and cons,
True.
but 14 vision is colossal. That's the biggest vision of anything in the game. And that's why if you are going Mass Tempest, for whatever reason you might feel like going Mass Tempest, you should always have your Mothership core with the Tempest. Because if you don't, then they only have 12 vision. The more you know.
Well, I'll do you know what? I will use that for the rest of my life, Ben.
One day, you will be going Mass Tempest, and it will be
He's
useful.
going to lose this Mothership core, actually.
He is.
He's not...
No time warp to throw down.
Wow.
Oh!
HP.
Wow. That
So
was...
close. Let's just look.
That was too
He's
close.
He's now 14 probes ahead, Ben, and he's got double
Yeah.
forge, and he's got 3 gates. That scan does see everything, and Psycho must be... It kind of... I don't know. It must mess with his head a little bit now, knowing he is already so far behind.
4 sentries.
450 resources lost.
4
0.
sentries. There are 4 sentries. Why has he made 4 sentries? I can't see it. I've no... maybe he's doing like a gateway all in. That's the only thing I can think of. The only reason to have 4 sentries these days is for quick defense, which I don't think he's doing because he knows that isn't what's coming out of his opponent. Or for lots of hallucination. Don't really need it. Or
Well,
you're
just
planning on
looking-
denying bunkers.
I can maybe see what Cube saw when it, like, the only things he saw when he when he went up the ramp, if you have a look, was the racks with the reactor
There were 2 racks actually.
and the other racks. So he saw the second rack, which was quite quick. So I assume maybe he thought there was a bit of aggression coming,
Perhaps.
and if he did get caught out, then obviously the sentries were going to save him back at home. But now we see a 46 to 29 worker lead.
He's going into
For
storm.
Cube.
Fast
Yeah,
storm.
storming out. A storm is just so powerful, you know.
And a
PvP.
fast
And a
third. Well, not fast,
9
but like
minute
quick-ish.
third. Yeah, I mean the Terran normally does take the third, take their third first. So
Yeah. Back in the old days,
yeah,
it was almost suicide to take your third before Terran did. But these days, it's a lot safer. What with the Mothership core, because if you can get that base up, you can defend it. Compared to back then, where you might have had a little bit of trouble because the Terrans could be everywhere, or much more places than you could if you cut your unit production to take the third. And they had not.
Yeah, I know. I definitely agree. Obviously, that bio was incredibly strong. We have a drop coming down the left-hand side,
And down the right-hand
And one on
side,
the
if
right.
you look.
as well. There was a there was a hallucinated Phoenix that I think missed it by about 3 pixels.
We're not seeing any
Psycho
defense coming out. Not yet.
Psycho does know about the third, so he is now going into that, and
I think
See,
he's going to
Cube-
force the cancel
Cube's
on
really
the third.
Cube's definitely being pulled apart by these drops today. Not something that's a little uncharacteristic of him. We do see that photon overcharge in the main. He's targeting down the Nexus. Cube let it finish. He's going to need to maybe employ some force fields here to force that away.
Yeah, there we go.
That's okay. Alright, Storm about 75% done. 2-2, well on the way as well. For our Terran player, we've got 1-0, 1, well, +1 armor, not even close.
The base did finish,
57.
and Cube didn't lose it. So he's now up
Yeah,
a base.
It is now pretty damaged though. I'd like to see him put a chrono on that, just so those shields, regenerate. Especially if he is going to leave it.
Yeah, I actually was just thinking that myself.
And he's actually got a lot of idle probes at his third as well. Oh, there we go. Puts them to work straight away.
We're seeing that there's a attack coming up the right flank, and one going in trying to just pick off this third.
That Nexus is
Yeah,
dead.
it's going to go down. Just.
That was a waste of a photon overcharge.
It was. Especially since this one's now coming in, and it's going to do as much damage to the probe line as it can.
I'm gonna keep that
And into the main.
Tab. Gets up to 6. And a double drop in the main.
So many prongs. So many prongs to these drops.
He's going off that Templar Archives, but he is just getting out of there because one of the natural was cleaned up without too much hassle. Only 7 workers killed, and unit lost is 1,000 resources still in favour of Cube. Army supply and worker supply both ahead for Cube by a considerable amount. He is heavily supply blocked right now, still not built that pylon though.
See,
And the
he's actually
pylon's
got
still
like,
down
if
there.
you look, he's actually got quite reasonable fortifications up. He's now got this these couple of cannons up by the third that is going to really help in his defence. It's just a shame that they didn't come up that little bit quicker, because that would have meant that when that army was turning up, he would have had something to kind of deal with it, instead of having to lose his third. It's just a bit of a shame,
Yeah,
really.
no, I agree. I'd normally throw down those cannons, almost as soon as my forges are done, just because.
It's always worth having one these days, just in case they
Yeah.
drop widows. Like, running a widow into the mineral line is so hard to spot on the minimap. It's such a tiny little dot, and it can do so much damage to a mineral line if you don't get it in time. So it's worth having that cannon there. And it's dropping.
Really interesting twist by Psycho actually is he's got those 4 bunkers down at his natural. I guess he's expecting. He's seen all the gateways. I mean, we're up to 9 gateways, 2 gateways and 7 warp gates at the moment. He just needs to turn those 2 new ones into those warp gates. We see Zealot the third, constantly checking on that as well, and he's going into Hellbats. Psycho's going into Hellbats and Ghosts.
He has so many
big
bunkers
story
at the
here
front.
is the upgrades.
Yes.
I'm not. I'm really not. Not sure about that. I'm not sure really what we've seen to justify that. We do see the Robo now going down as well, assuming that's going to go into. Cube's going to transition into that Colossus tech to try and take the. Take Psycho off guard with his low Viking count, and we see a Dark Shrine coming down as well.
Yeah, I like that decision.
What I really see from Cube is when this 3-3 comes out, just to hit hard. I mean, he's going to have 9 gates, a huge upgrade lead. Those 3 bunkers at the front of his natural are now being salvaged.
Of course.
That's just getting 2 SUV kills and denying that CC from landing for quite a long time there. We see 6 High Templar now. 4 of those getting turned into Archons. Oh, actually, no, I lied. 2 of those getting turned into Archons. And there's a Cube now taking his 4th. He is well ahead in this game. 15.
He really is.
15 SCVs ahead. Army supply actually is relatively even, 88 to 84. But like I say, the big story here is that upgrade lead. He is though. His 3-3 is seconds away.
Just finished.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm using the Game Heart overlay, so you can always see what upgrades players are on, just by looking. And he's actually, if he attacked now, he would hit an upgrade. He would hit an upgrade timing of 2 above his opponent. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't think he's. I think he's gonna hit maybe before the armor if this engagement happens.
He's not already missed the timing on the weapons, unfortunately, but that's okay.
You can't actually see that his army's there though.
That's bad. It's okay, but it's not ideal. And
yeah, cost of 2 storms for about 8 marines there is not the best trade that you want to
take. I don't even
take.
think it was 8 marines.
Yeah, maybe even 6. I mean, it was a nice pick off by Psycho essentially, just to stim those few marines down and just target fire down on those High Templar, because limiting a Protoss' storm as Terran is so important.
Yeah.
Just checking that income tab again, 78 to 66 in favour of our Protoss player, and a second Robo coming down. So he is definitely going to, and obviously the Robo base, so he is going to make that switch into Colossus. Assuming after an engagement, obviously he is nearly maxed out, 194 out of 200, and 3 hallucinated warp prisms. And they get
no! Oh no!
Yeah, Psycho is going to completely ignore these. Now some good EMPs here could actually
devastate the Archons, at least.
Yeah, I want to see some snipes on these High Templar. No, the feedbacks go down. And
Guardian Shield,
really
Guardian
nice
Shield.
snipes as well.
I don't... Oh, that's a monstrous storm.
Yeah, that's huge. I think he should be able to clean up though. Yeah, he's got a second wave of rifles coming in, but he is definitely going to lose that 4th and his 3rd.
Oh!
No, that's a big storm. Doing a lot of damage to the Zealots as well.
Yeah, I mean... Like, I think in terms of army, they actually traded quite evenly, but you have to consider the fact that Cube's on 4 bases compared to the now 2 of Psycho.
Yeah, I completely agree. Those storms are doing too much for catching all the ghosts with that one.
That's really bad.
Yeah,
he needs those.
And that's it. This game is over. And that's it. That's match to my 3D.
Cube just taking tidy fights as usual and pulling through for victory.
Can anybody beat the young Protoss from...
Austria.
Europe.
Austria. Yeah.
Wow, that was yeah. I'm happy that our team won. Commiserations to of course to Rage there, putting up a valiant fight. But Cube,
Cube, just
do
too
do what
strong.
Cube does best.
Cube needs nerfs.
Cube needs to know.
Cube needs nerfs. Feel free to hashtag that. And
Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do right now.
hashtag Cube needs nerfs. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, I think. It looks like that's it. That's 4-2 to 3D-Gaming. And I think that's going to be it from us. There's not going to be any more games, certainly. So if you've enjoyed this, then please subscribe to me on Twitch. I'll be doing casts. I seem to be doing about 3 of these a week, between a variety of different teams, and I cast with sometimes on my own, sometimes with people. Normally I'm with my friend Jamie, who you can find and follow at Twitch TV/Trigonal, TRIGONAL. And today I cast with the fine gentleman you see before you, Chaz, who has posted his link in the
Twitch
chat
for you there.
Yeah, Twitch TV.
I got
/
downvoted to Oblivion on Reddit as usual. But,
Chaztats. Well, never mind.
no, it's only karma. What would I ever do with that?
Yeah. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and hopefully we'll see you soon.